eyes are constantly exposed to blue light, which can damage them over time. Without the proper nutrition, our eyes have a hard time filtering blue light. Even colored sunglasses or screen protectors, represented by the dye in this water, can't fully protect our eyes. However, a daily serving of Pharmanex eye formula supplies our eyes with the nutrition required to help shield them from blue light and support overall eye health. Protect your eyes from the inside out.
Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away. Girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. Times Square can shine as bright as you, I swear it's true. Hey there, Delilah, don't you worry about the distance. I'm right there if you get lonely. Give this song another listen, close your eyes. Listen to my voice, it's my disguise. I'm by your side. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Hey there, Delilah, I know times are getting hard, but just believe me, girl, someday I pay the bills with this guitar. We'll have it good. We'll have the life we knew we would. My word is good. Hey there, Delilah, I got so much left to say. If every simple song I wrote to you would take your bed away, I'll write it all. Even more in love with me you'll fall. We'll have it all. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 1,000 miles seem pretty far, but they got planes and trains and cars. I'll walk to you if I had no other way. Our friends would all make fun of us and we'll just laugh along because we know that none of them had felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you, but by the time that we get through, the world would never ever be the same, and you're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, you be good and don't you miss me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school and I'll be making history like I do. You know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's to you. This one's for you. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me. Yes, warm greetings everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from right now, and welcome to JhermiNATION PV, our hub for health, arts, and business. And I'm your host, Jeremy, here in London. And I take it that you're all doing well and keeping safe wherever you're watching from right now. So please write on the comment box where you're watching from so I can give you a shout out. Any comments or suggestions, please write it on the comment box. And of course, Thumbs up and hearts will be very much appreciated. So don't be shy, give it a try. Click those buttons now, and we are simultaneously live streaming on Facebook, on my personal page, and also on the page of One Nation Awards UK Lockdown 2020, and on YouTube as well under JhermiNATION. And I would like to welcome Rans Batalya Silverio from COVID Warriors Corner, and our Joker Diva, and Arvin Burgos. Hello there. Hello, our financial advisor. Welcome, welcome. And let me see. This always happens on my Facebook page. It doesn't get activated yet. I don't know. It's lagging. So right now, I'm just here on One Nation Awards Facebook page. And hello, Cesar Mayet D. Velasco. Hello, hello. Thank you for watching. So I can't really see who is watching on my personal Facebook page. But welcome, everyone. And of course, in keeping with what germination is all about, I would like to give you a seed that you can plant into your mind that will germinate and allow it to germinate. So our seed of the day is: the more you think, the more you doubt, and the more you doubt, the more you don't do. So when we think of something, whether it's a small or a big thing that we would like to do, what normally happens is we always overthink, we overanalyze, and we want everything to be perfect before we start something. And guess what? This is what happens. You get into that state, that what we call analysis paralysis, wherein you get paralyzed and you end up not doing anything. So that is not really the best approach to do. So the more you think, the more you doubt, because the more you think, the more that you will think, oh, you are not just doubt but fear. You always think, oh, what's going to happen if this happens, or what? You got all these doubts, and you also doubt yourself. Can I do this? Am I good enough? Do I have the money? Do I have the time? Do I have the resources? Everything. So you are allowing doubt and fear to overcome you. So what happens when you allow that doubt? The more doubt, the more you don't do. So I just would like to give myself as an example. When I did One Nation Awards UK Lockdown 2020 last September, I don't know how to do it. To be honest, it's my first time to do it. And in fact, days before our awards event, that was the only time when I started learning how to use StreamYard, which is I'm using right now. So when I thought about that months ago, I didn't think about, oh, I have to learn how to do StreamYard first before I do it. No, I didn't do that. I just did it. And same with the Germination Got Champion Talent Competition. It's my first time as well, and I don't know where to get my contestants and all those things, but I said I will do it. So the lesson here is take action first, make that commitment, and figure the rest out later on. Don't worry, believe it, it will come to you. All those things that you need, all those people that you need, everything will come to you. Just do it first. Take action. So that's the seed of the day. The more you think, the more you doubt, the more you doubt, the more you don't do. So just do it. So our guest, special guest for today, before I introduce her, let me just play this video for you.
Hello, my name is Pearl. I'm one of the nurses in the UK and currently the Director of Skilled Healthcare International Limited. Join me on Germination on March 3 at 12 noon as I share with you my journey in the UK as a nurse. See you there.
They are our real ambassadors of goodwill to the host country. They are the faces of the Filipinos. They are the ones that manifest what kind of a people we are by exhibiting their tender, loving care to their patients and by interacting with the community. And I am so pleased to have met these young people, ladies and gentlemen, who are still very young and yet very promising. And I saw their enthusiasm for additional learning and acquiring additional skills. And I'm very sure that they have a bright future because God will help them serve as true and very good ambassadors for our country.
Is that really happy? Should I say ecstatic? I'm more like ecstatic is the word.
For all the nurses that are wanting to come here, and I know the road is steep, and you may ride through bumpy highways, but you just keep pushing and you keep on dreaming and you don't give up until you get here, until you actually land on UK soil.
Because of her perseverance and yung genuine talaga kasi yung concern niya eh. Kasi sabi mo nga yung iba, hindi talaga mag-care sa'yo. Pero siya, mararamdaman mo talaga na ida-drive ka niya, ipupush ka niya. Hindi siya titigil hanggang makarating.
If you keep pushing, someday, somehow, you'll get to where you want to be. And once you get to the UK, you give it your utmost, you give it your best, and be dynamic, be aspiring for something more and more and more until you reach the professional growth of becoming someone or somebody that you would really want to become as a professional someday. So don't give up.
I believe in recruiting is an ongoing process. We're not talking about a product. We don't recruit product, we recruit people. We invest in people. It's not just the end of the line. Once you come to the airport and get off the plane, it's not the end of the story. Our business is based on reputation. We like to keep a strong reputation, and in order to do that, we have to have good relations with everyone, not just the clients, the embassies, but with the candidates as well. So, it's our welfare as well as theirs.
Yes. So our special guest for today, she is a nurse here in the UK, and she is the owner, founder, and director of Skilled Healthcare International Limited. So are you ready for our very special guest for today? So please, 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 if you know anybody in the Philippines or even probably in the Middle East who wants to come and work here in the UK, please share this one and tag them. And they need to know this special person who I will be interviewing and who is my special guest for today. So let me bring in my special guest, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's all welcome Pearl Cacanindin. Yes. Yes, welcome Pearl. Welcome here in JhermiNATION.
Hello, good afternoon, UK. Good evening, Philippines, and all the rest of the world, whoever is watching. Thank you for inviting me, Jeremy.
Yes, yes. Pearl, thank you for your time here as well. I know you're very busy with what you're doing right now, especially during this global crisis. We need nurses here in the UK.
My
And,
pleasure.
yes, yes. And please, from which country, from which part of the Philippines you're from, Pearl?
Well, I'm actually an Ilocana, no, from Ilocos Norte.
Ah, Ilocana.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
But then my parents, we've been living in Laguna, in San Pedro, Laguna, since 1979. So up to this
Oh, I
time,
see.
we're there. Yeah. But Ilocano by heart, very fluent as well.
Wow. So please greet our Ilocanos, our friend Ilocanos in the Philippines there. Yes.
Naimbag nga rabii kada kayo amin dita ka Ilocanwan. I hope you are enjoying your dinner and sana sumubaybay kayo sa aming programa ngayon.
Yan, it's 8 o'clock in the Philippines, right? It's 8 o'clock
Yeah.
right there now. So good evening, Philippines, and I hope you're enjoying your dinner or supper there. My father is also from La Union, so yeah, but I didn't learn the language or the dialect.
Well,
Jak
my
maawatan niya tay baggam.
oh, you can my father is from Aringay, La Union, and it's my mom
Oh,
who is
okay.
actually from Lawag, Ilocos Norte.
Oh,
So
lawag. Yeah,
both of
purong
them are
ano. Yeah.
Ilocanos, right? Right, but the
Wow.
Cacanindins are normally from La Union. So it's such a
La
very small
Union.
clan actually. So when you
Yeah.
hear the surname, oh, you know right away, oh, he must be from La Union because it's a small clan.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's correct. Yeah, yeah. My father is from San Fernando, La Union.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right now, I would like to greet Bea, Gaines, Maricris Machado, vocal FX beatbox artist, Cesar Mayet Velasco, and thank you for joining us. Welcome here in Germination. And Pearl, I always do this to my special guests. I always do this to my special guests, and nobody escapes my quick fire questions.
Goodness me, you
So,
make me nervous. You didn't pre-warn me.
so, ba-
Yeah.
so basically, I will ask you questions. I will throw you questions, and you will answer it by the first thing that will come into your mind. Right? Are you
Okay.
ready for this?
Yeah.
Cause I can't sleep without you, no.
This is the way of warming you up, getting to know you more, and of course, having fun here in Germination. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
Right? Ready?
Let's do it.
Right. All right. What makes you laugh?
Everything. I'm
Everything.
everything. My
What scares you?
what scares me? Horror movies. I don't watch them at all because I always have them in my dreams. And darkness. I
Wow.
don't like the dark.
And darkness.
Yes,
All
honestly.
right.
Yeah.
When are you most beautiful?
Oh dear. Today?
Yes,
No.
amazing, amazing.
Well, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So anytime I try to make myself as beautiful as I can be.
Amazing, amazing. Brad Pitt or Keanu Reeves?
Brad Pitt.
What was the last thing that you Googled?
Oh no. What did I Google this morning? Alibaba.
Alibaba. Yes,
Looking for
amazing.
something. I like
Amazing,
Jack
yeah.
Ma, you know. I really
Yeah,
like
Jack
Jack
Ma.
Ma. Yes. The
Amazing,
things
amazing
that he
person. Yeah.
says, yeah. I mean, they really I really learn a lot from the things that he says.
Yes, exactly, exactly. What's the first thing that you do when you wake up?
Brush my teeth.
Yes. Dream or career?
Career.
Happiness or fulfillment?
Oh gosh. Fulfillment.
Opportunity or security?
Security.
Fit in or stand out?
Say that again.
Fit in or stand out?
Stand out.
Figure it out first or take action first?
Figure it out first.
And the last question, what would you tell your 12-year-old self? If you're in front of your 12-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
Your opportunities are endless.
Wow, that's amazing. I hope you enjoyed that one, Pearl. Did it come as a surprise?
Indeed. You didn't even forewarn me. But well, yeah, it's good.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. So yes. So that's good. That's good. So Pearl, ladies and gentlemen, here, she used to work in Queen's Hospital in Romford, where I used to work as well. But I don't think we have actually seen each other there ever.
No, I think I came to the
Yeah.
UK ahead of you. I came to the UK in 2002, October 26 to be exact, 2002.
Oh,
It was
2002. Yeah.
still with Old Church Hospital at that time
Yes. That's
until
true.
we
Yeah.
moved to since when was it? Is it 2006? I can't remember now. But
2006 in December, yeah.
yeah,
2006 of
yes,
December, yeah. I
it
was
was
there.
still with Queen's Hospital. Yeah.
Yes. So what are we in for a treat today? So Pearl here is, of course, she was recruited here
Mm-hmm.
from the Philippines to the UK. But what she's doing now, she's got her own business. Now she's the one bringing over nurses in the
Yes,
UK.
for
Yeah,
nearly
and then,
years now.
sorry?
For nearly 6 years now.
Wow, amazing. 6 years now. And the thing about this one that we will learn from her journey or story is that, we are overseas Filipino workers or overseas or foreign workers here in the UK. It doesn't mean that we came here as nurses, that we will retire as nurses too, right? And
Mm-hmm.
very perfect example is Pearl here. And let's face it. International nurses play a vital role in the NHS. Imagine the NHS without Filipinos, without the foreign nurses. Imagine what's going to happen, especially during this pandemic. So shout out to all those foreign nurses working here in the UK and all over the world. Yeah.
Well,
And yes, and every international or foreign nurse behind them is of course a very good recruiter. We wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here without my the one who recruited me, the agency who recruited me. The same with Pearl. All those nurses who came in here, who Pearl brought in here, who Pearl helped to come in here. In a 5-10 years time, you will be very very thankful of what Pearl has really done to you. So she will share golden nuggets to us based on her experience and her journey as a nurse and entrepreneur. So Pearl, was nursing your first choice? Did you have what were your other career options before?
oh,
Is it your first choice?
I really wanted to become an engineer. Yeah, that was my first choice. But then my mom, yeah, she really wanted me to take up nursing. Well, it's actually on the day that I was gonna take my exam in the La Salle University for my engineering course. My mom said, "Let's go first to St. Paul University in Manila. Take your exam there, and when you pass, after that we'll go straight to the other university." But then, so I took my exam first in St. Paul. I passed it, and after that, my mom said, "Okay, that's it. You're not gonna take another exam in another university. University, stay in St. Paul's. It's an all-girls school. I like it." And those days, we really have to follow our parents, isn't it? So um my mom did come from the older generation, and um you really have to give in to what she says. So there you go, that's how I started. And nursing is one of the specialties of St. Paul's Manila. So that's how my career started. Yeah, that's how it is.
Wow, amazing. So that's quite far, isn't it, from engineering and then to a
I
healthcare one?
know. I know. When my mom said, "Why do you want to go to a co-ed school? Stay in a all-girls school." So I was the apple of the eye of my parents. I was on my own, you see. So, she really, my parents, especially my mom, she did all she can to protect me. Yeah. So I stayed in the dormitory of St. Paul. You can't go out, etc. So for 4 years, I've been there until such time I started working as a nurse in Enchanted Kingdom. I was
Oh
a
wow, okay.
nurse for 4 years until I moved to the Philippine General Hospital. I work in trauma and orthopedics. Shout out to my former colleagues in PGH. Quite a lot of them are already here in the UK, actually. From time to time, we have had our reunions, but because of the COVID, it's not quite possible to do that at the moment. But miss you all. Shout out to all of you. And yeah, after spending 2 years in PGH, that's when I came to the UK. That was in 2002.
2002, yeah. Yeah. Oh wow, wow. I came here back in '99, and I've got quite a few friends as well who is from orthopedic, Philippine Orthopedic Hospital. Yeah,
Okay.
might
Yes,
have
yes.
some.
Yeah.
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 So
So yeah,
back then, so back then when you were still like a staff nurse working in the hospital, and eventually you told me that you went into as an agency, working as an agency,
no, what
and
happened actually? Sorry, go on.
yeah, go on,
Yeah.
go on, go on, go on.
Yes, I was in permanent job working as a trauma and orthopedics nurse in BHR Trust, which was then Old
Oh,
Church Hospital. I was in Ward E6, if you know, if you remember, and on top of that, when I came to the UK, as probably all the nurses do feel the same way as I did feel at the time, or they must be in the same predicament as I was in at the time. Um, I had to support. I came here with such a responsibility already on my shoulder because, by the time I already had my kids, and you know I had dreams to fulfill. On top of that, I had responsibility back home. So even before I had my registration, I was already what they call, kuracha. Because straight away,
okay.
the question is, are there opportunities for overtime? So that's my first question.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, even as a B grade, because before it was still either a B grade or a D grade, or which is what we call now as pre-registered nurse or a registered nurse.
Mm.
Even as a pre-registered nurse, I was already working as HCA at the time, just to you know earn all that money that God sends. Yeah. And then,
Mm.
yeah, I carried on doing my permanent job for until 2009. And one day I thought, I did a shift somewhere. I think that was in A&E. And, I worked along with nurses from agencies. And I had a short chat with them, and I said, oh, how does this go? How do you go about it? And how much do you normally get? And that's when they told me their hourly rate. And I said, oh my goodness, you earn like, because during those times, 2009, I think the pay at that time is from 50 to 60 pounds per hour as an A&E nurse. And I thought, oh, I have to do this because I want to earn the same. So I did everything I can. I prepared myself. I registered with different agencies. Believe it or not, I had about 14 agencies, I think, at the time. And I was fully compliant with all of them. And I got into agency work, was very happy about it. Um, and until about latter part of 2009, I wanted very much, I was juggling my permanent job and my agency work, yeah. But then later in 2009, I really wanted to go home because I wanted to, have a holiday and spend Christmas with my kids. But then at the time, it wasn't possible for me to do that because according to my manager, it wasn't possible to do so. So I was very sad. It was so depressing for me. And in my mind, I thought, this cannot go on. I have to do something about it. So then I really persevered to really get myself into agency nursing so that I can manage my own time. And on top of that, I'll have more of a financial independence because I remember when I had my permanent job, because of the responsibilities I had, my salary was just, coming to my account and going out the next day. And I didn't want to live a life like that. I had such a foresight of the future, and I thought I don't want to be living in this way until I retire. So I did everything I can to get into agency work. And when I was fully confident that I can get all the job that I have, that I can afford to work on, that's when I handed my resignation. So yeah, and then I had my agency work until even now. I still do agency work now and
Mm.
again because I want to keep my license. Yeah. But then in 2015, I seen this opportunity to, bid a little bit more for a better future, not for me, not only for me, but primarily for my children because they are, it's all about them. It's never about me, it's all about them. So I'm doing everything for them, for a better future for them. And of course, not to mention, it's also to give opportunities to nurses like me who are also dreaming of a better future for their families, for them and their families. And yeah, that's how it's all started.
Amazing. So, what was your turning point? What that you decided that you would like to put up your own business, the Skilled Healthcare International Limited?
The turning point was, um, doing agency work at the. Remember, I said from a permanent job, I went into
Mm,
agency nursing.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then again, there was a point when I realized that, well, in agency nursing, the money is good while you can work.
Mm,
But when the time comes that you get ill or any misfortunes that you may have and you are not in a position to render a shift or do some work, then you don't get any income. And again, I did think quite hard and I said, you'll never know what's going to happen to you in the future if you can't be healthy for the rest of your life. At some point you will get ill. At some point you get ill, I mean, sorry, you get old and you won't be as strong as you used to be. So um that's when I thought, oh, let me do something that will provide me a better security in terms of finances. And also it came to a point when there was a surge in the demand as well of nurses, even until now. Actually, it's more so now. So that's how it's, yeah, that was the turning point.
yes, that's very true for everybody to realize that we can't be. Nursing is a very intense job. You do a lot of lifting, handling, night shifts, all the stress,
I
that
know.
comes with a job. But
Yes,
as what you said, you can't live a lifestyle like that forever. At some stage in your life, especially when you reach 40, you will start having these back aches. You will start having
oh,
this hypertension because of stress.
you know,
Everything, it all will come out.
when I was working all the shifts that God sends, yeah, because I've reached as far as Oxford. I went as far as Cambridge. I went as far. I even reached Liverpool at some point doing
Wow.
agency work. I reached Peterborough. Name it. From the other side, I went as far as Chelmsford in Essex.
Mm.
Basildon. I worked for a few months as well in Basildon, and I want to greet my colleagues in cardiac cath lab in Basildon Hospital. Those years.
Yes, hello there.
So yeah, so it's a very exhausting but rewarding job.
Mhm.
Well, actually, to forewarn the nurses from the Philippines, yeah. I don't know about from other countries how they normally do their nursing up right after graduation. But then in the Philippines, as you and me know, yeah, when you work in the hospital, it's like it's the American style, isn't it? You
Mm.
have your job as a nurse, but then the other task like probably giving personal hygiene to patients or some other things. We have our similar to our healthcare assistants here. Um, Although the number of patients are greater, but then it's like more of a functional nursing,
Yeah,
isn't it,
yeah.
in the
Mm.
Philippines?
Yeah.
Whereas here, once you have your patient load,
You do
everything is
everything.
for you. You everything is for you, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like more holistic. That's why probably you get a bit of a shock when you come to the UK, but you'll get used to it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get used to it.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And when was the, of course there were challenges along the way. You were transitioning from being employee, and then as an agency nurse, and then building your own business. That must be very, tough and challenging. And what are the challenges that you encountered, and how did you overcome all those challenges?
Biggest challenge is your proving your credibility,
Mm,
not only to the nurses, but also more so to the clients. Because,
mm,
when you're starting a business, how can you compete? You, a tiny dot in a world full of entrepreneurs, or a world full of recruiters, yeah? How will you walk into a client and say, I am better than them? You come to me because I will provide what you need better than what they can provide. So that's the biggest hurdle, yeah. And then in terms of the nurses, how can you be credible enough to them and say, you come to me rather than this other agency, because I will help you reach your dream better than they can. So once you go through that stage, then everything will follow. It may be a slow climb, but you'll get there in the end. But so long as you do the job and you do the business with honesty and sincerity, you have to be very transparent all the time, not only to the clients, but as well as more so to the nurses. Do not give them false promises. And I always tell my nurses, even at the onset of the, when I source candidates, when I speak to them, I always tell them, what I tell you is what you get. I don't overpromise. If I say I cannot give this, I won't be able to. I will not say I can when I can't. Yeah.
exactly. So just like other things, business is actually built on trust as well. So that's good that honesty is really very important in the business.
Yes.
And that's true. You can't. It's better to over deliver than to
Yes.
under promise. It's better to over
Exactly, yeah,
deliver. Yeah,
because
yeah,
I hear stories, I don't want to, of course, I'm not going to mention anything, but some stories that eh, of nurses whereby apparently they were told they were going to receive this and this and this, but then when they come here, it's not the case. Yeah. So, no, I completely disagree with that and despise that because, you and me, we went through
yeah.
the same process. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what we were told during orientation when you were still in your home country should be what is given to you upon arrival in the UK. Because otherwise it's depressing enough to leave your family at home, and you aggravate to that depression if you don't meet the expectations that were promised to you.
Exactly. So who else is in a better position to be in this industry? None other than somebody who has been there before, just like you. You've been recruited here. You had your own experience, and of course, you had the ups and downs. You know how things work and everything. So you're the best. You are in the best position actually because you know what it's like, and you know what to provide to aspiring nurses who will come here in the UK, right?
That's
So
right,
that's really
because
good. Yeah.
that's why when I listen to their stories on arrival, I can relate very well
Mhm. Exactly.
because I know exactly how hard it's been. Well, when I left the Philippines, my youngest was 9 months old. And I'm telling you, Jeremy, I cried from Philippines to UK, in Paris as well. I was so sick that I couldn't eat. Until I came to the UK. It was that bad, yeah. But as I said, yeah, it's true. Time heals wounds rather, but not fully. But then it eases day by day, so long as you stick to that dream. Yeah, you have that goal in mind. That is your driving force. You see, that dream, that goal is your driving force each day. each day that you are away from your family, each day that you feel lonely, each day that you feel hopeless, just think of that goal and that driving force. Why have I done this? Why have I left my family back home? Why have I, you know, left Philippines and come to this country instead? So, and then once you go through that process, it eases day by day, and then you can see more light, and then you can think of other things now to do, because now you have that focus, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Focus is really very important. You can easily get derailed with all the things happening around, and that's really true. So we have Barima Adu Osei. Per Cacanindin is a good person. She's got the heart of gold. Yeah, amazing.
Emmanuel is his name.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Thank
he's
you, Manuel.
recently arrived.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome, Barima Adu Osei. Welcome here in UK. Yeah. And that's exactly, it's not just bringing them over here, but it's have something to do with the aftercare as well. That when they arrive here, help them to settle until they're fully confident, or you know that you're confident that they can stand on their own already. So aftercare is very important when bringing nurses here as well.
That's right, because that's why I try my best to meet them at the airport, because there's nothing more fearful than to get to a country and you don't see anyone there that's familiar to you. You
Mhm.
come out, and then everyone is unfamiliar, everyone is a stranger. So it's good to that when they come out of arrivals, they see me, the only person
Yes.
that's familiar to them. So, and also, as well as that, I'm very grateful to the Philippine Embassy as well, because um, of the care they give to nurses when they arrive in the UK. That's very important as well. The OWA and the assistance they give, they educate the nurses on how they can further um, avail of the services for like SSS, Pag-ibig, and all these things we have from home, and even the our overseas welfare. Yeah, during the COVID, I know very well that they have assisted the nurses who have been afflicted with COVID.
Wow, that's really good to know, because it gives people confidence that Skilled Healthcare International is actually has got an attachment and has a good relationship with the Philippine Embassy, the OWA, and everything. So that it's really good because you are away from your home country and you have to think of all these things, and it's good that everything is being taken care of and you got a good relationship with the Philippine Embassy. So that's really a
Yes,
plus factor. I really
yes,
like that. I
that's
really like
right.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Pearl, during this time of global crisis, as we all know, when we went to school, finish our studies, university, we got our diploma. Um, you will realize that most of our training or preparation from school is actually to be employed, to work for a very good company or hospital. That's how they set us up. But how important is having entrepreneurial skills? We all know, you and me, we both know that not a lot of people has got that entrepreneurial spirit or mindset in them. But because of this global crisis that we had, now I think people will started to realize that how important entrepreneurial skills are. I mean, we're just lucky that we're still in the healthcare profession
Mm-hmm.
because we'll never go out of. We are very needed in the healthcare. But what about those people, who lost their job and who doesn't have that entrepreneurial mindset or skills? So how important is entrepreneurial skills, especially during this time?
It During this time, I think where this is the time where you can basically sell everything. There
Mhm.
is a range of items, a range of things, a range of business ideas that you can come up with that you can actually sell. Yeah. And how important is entrepreneurial skills? I think even if this skill is not innate in you, it is something that can be learned. Yeah. How will you learn? Well, if you have friends who have got businesses, you can ask them questions. You can, you can learn from them. And if you learn as you go along, you see. Let me give you an example. One time I was uh I had this business already, yeah. But then one time I was walking along Portobello Market, and I saw these food carts and all these things, and there were a lot of people. It's like a very simple concept, yeah. There was one Filipino there who was cooking this adobo and something else. I can't remember the other dish. And she was putting this dry adobo and some peppers and onions in a hot dog bun, yeah, maybe a few pieces of the meat and then few pieces of the vegetables, etc., in a hot dog bun, and she was selling that for £6. And I thought, that is a good idea, can you imagine the profit from out of that? So you have, first of all, you have to know your line of interest. Is it food? Is it service? Is it, something? What kind of commodity are you good at? You cannot be in the same manner, like you cannot go into selling stocks or selling shares, or going into something else that you don't have knowledge about. You have to have the know-how before you can actually impart something, before you can actually sell something. You have to know the product, and then all the rest follow. Just a simple mathematics. What's your capital? What's the needed capital? How much profit do you want to have? I'm talking about commodity, yeah. And how much profit? What are your expenses, etc. So the skills that you were asking me about, it doesn't have to be innate, but it's something that can definitely be learned through time.
Exactly. Amazing. Just like us, we were not born nurses or not born doctors or,
No, yeah, yeah,
exactly. Everything can be learned. So it's not too late that we can learn all these things to sell, all these things. Because sometimes people are scared, oh, I don't know how to sell and that's not my thing. But, during this global crisis, we need to learn these skills. These skills. So
yeah.
that's really very important. Yeah. So, Pearl, I just would like to greet all those who are joining us. We have Retz del Bakayan Nebra. Yes, thank you.
Sure.
Darlene Lazo, Angela Alatiit, sorry.
Yeah.
Francisco, and Barima Adu Osei, yes. And Kimberly Balagot Kaugdan, Rochelle Bautista Tagudin, and Bia Jaines. Yan. Welcome here, welcome. Welcome. We also have John V. Anacleto, Joy Jimena, my kumpare in the Philippines. We have Jason Fries Rica Frente, and Von Andrew Cacanindin. Yan. Welcome. Sorry?
That's my son.
Oh, Zan, hello, hello. So, Pearl, at this point, I just would like to go on a quick commercial break, and there's a virtual performer that we have as well. So, yes, so we'll be right back. We'll just pause for a commercial break. All right.
Wash your hands 4. Sanitize your hand. Wear your face mask. And maintain a safe distance.
Cuando sueño, el horizonte mancalepaone. Si lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando manca il sole. Se non ci sei tu, amore, con me su le finestre mostratimi il cuore che hai acceso. Chiudi dentro me la luce che hai incontrato per strada. Time to say goodbye. Sì che non ho mai adesso si rivivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io la so, non esistono più. It's time to say goodbye. Quando sei lontana sogna l'orizzonte manca le parole. Io sì lo so che sei con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Mio sole, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Sì che non ho mai vissuto con te. Adesso si rivivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esistono più. Con te io li rivivrò, con te partirò.
That was Maria Reina May Tuason, singer and vocal coach in the Philippines. So she owns Cadency Music and Art Studio. If you're from Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija, never mind, because she does virtual coaching as well. So she can coach you online. So the number is there. So just catch that one. And she was one of our grand finalists as well on JhermiNATION Get Champion Talent Competition. There you go. And let's bring Pearl back. Hello, Pearl. Welcome
Yes,
back.
that was a very good singer.
Yes, 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 indeed.
Shout out
Uh,
daw sa aking mga anak. Sabi, Mama, shout
yes,
out. My
yes,
kids.
please.
Von, Mac, Ivan, Bea, and Nicole. Shout out. And of course to my I have a post already, huh? Cassie, Kai, and Amara.
Yeah. Welcome here, welcome. And I would like to welcome Jerome Reyeg, John V. Anacleto, and we have Philip Bon as well, Retzdel Bakayan Nebria, Darlene Lazo, Angela Alatit. Yan, welcome, welcome here again. And we have Franz Francisco. Yan, giving us a clap, 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 clap. Thank you, thank you. So,
Yeah.
Pearl, I don't know if you have come across this one. I just would like to know your point of view about this one. This one came out probably last week. Labor Secretary Silvestre Bello III has asked the government of Germany and the UK to provide the Philippines with 600,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines in exchange for the deployment of more Filipino healthcare workers. What can you say about this?
You know what, Jeremy? I had a feeling you were gonna ask me that. I had a feeling before. I wonder if Jeremy's gonna ask me this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I probably felt the same way that other nurses felt when they read this. Although probably the government didn't mean anything negative about it, but
Yeah.
how it came across to the nurses,
Mm,
probably it's if you were to uh, dig into this, it's like
mm, mm.
it's a barter indeed, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
uh, but then I'm sure they mean well, but
Yes,
then
definitely.
it's just that it could have been explained in a better way or in a better manner, na hindi naman mukhang naging pamalit ka ba sa vaccine, yeah?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
What do you think? What do you think
Yeah.
yourself?
I think at the end of the day, whether it's gonna be vaccine or not, the Filipino nurses will come out of the country anyway.
Mm.
All the same. All the same. It just so happened that this is the situation. And
Yeah,
of course, the Philippine government has to look after their people as well,
that's
right?
why I said I'm sure they mean well because
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I think they're really just after getting the supply out there as soon as possible for the benefit of the Filipino people. I believe President Duterte means well in his, advocacy to give the medicine or the vaccine that the Filipinos need at this at this moment in time. Even with myself, I'm waiting for this. Hopefully, the
Mm.
Pfizer
Yeah.
vaccine will
Yeah.
get to the Philippines, because it is what I had here in the UK. And so
Mm,
far,
mm, mm.
after having the vaccine, I mean, I feel good. I just feel probably a little bit of a, maybe it's quite a side effect. Parang
Yeah. Yeah.
at the time that I had the vaccine, I felt so hot, like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't fever because I took my temperature. It was all right, but it's just that I felt a bit hot and like it's like a body malay. I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wanted to lie down. Normally, I'm not like that. When I get up in the morning, I sit in my office chair. Sometimes I sit on my office chair until 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock in at night. I do office work 12 hours a day. But then during the time after the injection, it was quite, you have that sort of lazy feeling. But apart from that, I
Yeah.
was fine. So I'm hoping to give the same to my family and people in the Philippines. Hopefully that would soon be available to everyone.
Yes. Amazing.
Please,
Amazing.
yeah, please, Pfizer, can you please send some to Philippines?
I had this one as well. I've seen this one as well in Facebook, about the herd immunity. Herd immunity, right?
Yeah.
So they said, but actually the herd, it says, I heard that in December we're going to have the vaccine, but no, something happened. And then now we're going to have this vaccination on February, but then it didn't happen because of something else. It's a herd immunity. We always heard it.
Yes,
I keep hearing it. It's a herd immunity.
I know.
No, until everybody becomes immune of hearing. Okay, we're gonna have the vaccine on December,
Yes,
February, March. It's a herd immunity. It's HERAD
I
instead
know.
of HERD, herd immunity.
No, I hope they don't keep it too long because I
I
seem to
know.
have read that the private sector, I know they've taken the Sinovac at the moment, but I think the private sector has got that they can decide for themselves as to what
Mm,
the vaccine they can purchase from the outside. So, yeah, I'm really hoping they get the Pfizer for
yes, I
me.
don't.
That's my
Yeah,
personal choice. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. I had Pfizer as well at work. So
Okay.
couple of weeks ago, and I had the 2 hours of feeling feverish, but that's it.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
Um,
That's it.
Jeremy,
Yeah.
I just saw one of the comments, yeah, and I
Yeah. Yeah.
thought, let me just for the information of the Ingrid Cadiz, and not only for Ingrid but for
Yeah. Yeah.
the other nurses out there who has no idea just yet on how to go about the process. So first and foremost, mostly when we recruit or when we screen CVs, yeah, your clinical experience is paramount. You have to have, most of the employers now, they require at least 2 years experience, yeah. Although the NMC, yeah, I think they said you have to have at least 12 months or 1 year experience, but then the employers deserve the right to set their own standards. So at the moment, what they prefer is at least 2 years experience, clinical experience or bedside experience. And I know how going through the different CVs, I know some of our nurses, because of the financial opportunities that are being given in the private sector. And when I mean private sector, like company nursing or these outsourced jobs for insurances that give better pay than working as a staff nurse yourself. But then, if you have plans to go to the UK or any country outside the Philippines, stick to your hospital job, yeah, at least for 2 years. Then you will have a better opportunity. And try not to have a work gap in this period of time. Take it from me. I screen a lot of CVs every day, and these are the things that we look at. Then, if you want to apply for the UK, yeah, you need to pass the English test. It can be the IELTS or the OET, and then get into your nursing test, which is called the CBT. Yeah, and then go. You have to register, or you have to comply with all the requirements set forth by the NMC. NMC stands for Nursing and Midwifery Council. That's the governing body of nurses here in the UK. Yeah. Once you've finished all the requirements, then you're ready to go. And nowadays, Jeremy, it's not like when I started the business way back in 2015, when normally the employer goes to the Philippines, just like during our time, they will give an offer to say 300 nurses at one time. And then even if they haven't had their first step, or they haven't passed the English test, or they haven't done anything, with the trusting that they will start the process right away, and boom boom boom, do it in a short period of time. But what happens, through experience, is that we give the offer, and then at some point they slack with the process. So then you then block a post in by doing that. So now, what I normally do, or what we normally require, is you finish everything, that the prerequisites with NMC, then you have a better chance for an interview. And of course, don't forget your clinical experience. It's very, very paramount.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you, Ingrid Cheris Cadiz, for that question, and thank you, Pearl, for giving us those tips and golden nuggets. Yeah, and thank you very much.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you. Um, Pearl, if I may ask you, what are the top 3 tips that you can give to all those nurses who are already here, the newly arrived nurses? Is there anything that
Three tips. Three
sorry?
tips.
Yeah, yeah, top 3 tips because they're already here. How they can obviously they're still adjusting in their adjustment period.
Okay, you know what my mom used to say, yeah? No matter how good you are still at the tip of the pen of your boss. Yeah? So, try to exceed first tip, work hard and try to exceed the expectations set forth by your superior or your manager or the unit. Yeah, give it your best because they gave you this opportunity. So if they expect you to do well up to us from a scale of say 1 to 10, they expect you to do well up to a scale of 6. Give them your utmost up to a scale of 8. Yeah, and in the process, the second tip is aim to be the better person each day. Aim for something bigger and set a time frame. Like for instance, you say, well, after 1 year or 2 years, actually after 1 year, there should be something a step higher than where you are now. After 1 year, I would like to become a band 6. Or I would like to become I would like to take up my master's. I don't know, whatever dream you have, yeah. But always aim for something better each day. And the most important tip that I have to give, and it has been my practice ever since I was young, because it was deeply ingrained in my mind. It was deeply inculcated by my parents in my mind, to practice gratefulness always, because it will bring you that success that you're yearning for, if you always know how to look back. Because I believe, Jeremy, you can never be in a stage where you want to be if there were no people in the process that help you get to where you want to be. So always recognize the fact that you did not do something else on your own, that there were people in one way or the other who have helped you get to the stage to where you are. So, dream high, but keep your feet on the ground. So that's my, you know, 3 tips for you.
Wow, amazing, amazing. I hope you guys are taking note of this one,
Yeah.
especially all the newly arrived nurses in here. If there's, of course, from Skilled Healthcare International, welcome to all the nurses who arrived here in
You
UK
know,
for the past
saying,
few
sorry,
months.
yeah, saying that, Jeremy, perfect example, yeah. And I'm not saying this because, I want uh, everybody to call me or whatever, yeah. But then it's just because this is a perfect example from my point of view, yeah. I have had nurses from deployed from 5 years ago, and say every Christmas they still uh have this simple 1 or 2 messages to say thank you. And in fact, I will be the godmother for the wedding of one of our nurses soon. Yeah. She came to the country, I think, for 3 years ago. And in her message last week, when she invited me to become one of her godmother for the wedding, shout out to Charlotte, yeah. She said, Miss Pearl, I want you to be one of our godmother, because if it was not for I wouldn't be here, and things like that. And those 2 or 3 sentences did mean a lot. Sorry, and as always be grateful. And gratefulness doesn't mean material thing, but it's not just. I'm not just referring to the situations where I am involved in, but to anyone, to your parents, to your superiors at work, or to your friends who have helped you one way or the other. As you dream higher, you always look back to whoever pushed you to be there, to be where you are.
Wow. That's amazing. You know, you one of your recruits inviting you or asking you to be a godmother. Amazing, girl. Amazing. Yes. So yeah, exceed expectations, be the better person each day, and have a time frame and practice gratefulness. Those are the top three tips of Pearl to all
Yes.
the newly qualified nurses. Not just newly qualified, but it applies to everyone as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, amazing, amazing. And of course, we have people from the Philippines listening right now, and they would like to come over here in the Philippines. You've already mentioned earlier the requirements that they need, but any other top three tips again, apart from those that you've already mentioned that you would like to add for those who are aspiring to come here in the UK to work as nurses?
For the aspirants, yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I mean this in the nice way, yeah.
Uh,
When you are an aspirant, don't be an aspirant for 1 year.
mm,
Yeah. Be an aspirant and do something with what you're aspiring for. The reason why I say this is every time I have candidates who arrive in the UK, goodness me, my emails come, all the inquiries and all the CVs come through and all the messages come in, and because the enthusiasm is there, because they can see the nurses arriving and they take inspiration from that. And then after 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week, slowly the numbers are dwindling. Yeah, from 10 to 9 to and that tells me that they are very interested at the time they see people who have reached their dreams, and then all of a sudden they slack. Yeah, so that's why I said, don't when you are an aspirant, don't be an aspirant forever. Do something about it. So that's the first tip. And secondly, don't be afraid of the unexpected or the unknown, because the reason why I said that is because when I speak to nurses, say they are still in their home country, and the question they normally say is, "Oh, Miss Pearl, where is the hospital? Is it in London, or is it in countryside, or is it in a NHS, or is it in a nursing home?" Yeah, or why? Because why are you asking? Oh, because Miss Pearl, if it's in this place, I'm scared that the cost of living is high, and I will not be able to save anything. Whereas if I go there, I might be able to save something else. Yeah, or they will say, oh, if it's in there's so many ifs. Yeah, when I came to the UK, when I came to this country, I didn't ask where I was going to. I didn't. I didn't say I prefer this, I prefer that. What? Where am I going, etc. Yeah. All I wanted is to get there, do something better than where I am at the time, to build a better future for my family. And then when I was in the UK, that's when I started planning a little bit more. I'm not saying that when you come here, don't have a choice. I'm not saying that. But all I'm saying is don't be scared of the unknown, because, you know, like for skilled healthcare, I will always be there to guide you in the process. And as I said, what I will tell you is what you have. I will never, ever overpromise anything. Yeah, that's it, Jeremy. Have I completed the
wow. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, you've given us a lot of tips already. So the first thing that you said was take action. Don't be just an aspirant
Yes.
for a year, and don't be afraid of the unknown, because as what it goes with what I said earlier. My seed of the day, which I said, the more you doubt, the more you think, the more you doubt, and the more you doubt, the more you don't do. Because if
Mm-hmm.
you allow this fear and doubt to come over you, to overcome you, you will end up doing nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just do it. That's why I always like Nike, the swoosh,
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah,
Jump
yeah,
into
just
it,
do it,
because
because
yeah,
if you make a mistake, there is always room to maneuver.
true.
Yeah.
Exactly, yes.
No one is gonna barricade you and say, okay, you made a mistake, you stay there forever. No.
Exactly.
If you made a mistake, it's a learning curve.
Exactly.
Then you get up and you try other avenues. Yeah, you don't just freeze there and hold on to that. If you think,
Yeah.
you have to, you need to go somewhere where you will be much happier and much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I always, to take it lightly as well, I always have this mentality as well. It's not the end of the world. And what's the worst thing that can happen? I always say that to myself.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
worst thing that can happen? It's already happened, and you will learn from that one already.
Yeah.
And, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the
Yeah.
world. So that's my mentality myself. So thank you for those top tips. That's especially for aspiring nurses who wants to come over here. Yeah.
Yeah. And let
Because
me
if,
just,
yep,
sorry, let me just
yeah,
mention as well, yeah, for the information of those who are watching, I will be having more interviews in the months to come. I will let you know, of course, on the timeline of skilled healthcare on FB and on my own timeline when the schedules are going to be. But there will be more, I promise you. I'm just
wow.
waiting for the interview dates.
Yes, amazing. So, as a follow-up question to that one, you play a vital role uh, in the NHS, because you bring nurses over here in the UK. And as what I've said earlier, you can just imagine, you cannot imagine NHS without Filipino and other foreign nurses in
Yeah.
the in the NHS. So, what is uh, your mission and vision as a in the industry of international recruitment? Of course, you have seen it for the last 6 years. What needs to be improved, or you are, in short, you are in a position already to influence change, to make things better. And there are some issues, obviously, that we are depriving the Philippines of nurses. But I don't think we will deprive the Philippines nurses, because we are a factory of nurses. Come on, even if we
Oh, oh,
send
can
even if we
you?
send thousands here, there's still be thousands around,
I
So
know. One time, one of my clients said, can you provide this number of nurses in 2 months' time or 3 months' time?
Mm.
And I said to them, oh, I can provide them in 1 month's time.
Yeah.
Because, because I know very well that when I said to them, as soon as I put out the advert, I don't have to wait for 2 months or 3 months because I
Exactly.
know
Exactly.
how many nurses are there who are yearning to come to the
Yeah.
UK, not only to the UK but to other countries. And what
Yeah.
is my mission vision? As he said, it's to be globally competitive. So it's not just to be in the in the UK, but in other countries as well. So coming soon, there will be something somewhere coming soon. I'll let
Yes.
you know when that happens, and maybe we can talk about it again.
Yes. Why not?
Yeah, it's go. I want to be globally competitive and to expound as well on. Sorry, extend the opportunities, not just for the United Kingdom, but for other countries as well. Yeah.
What would you do differently in this kind of industry, in the
Um.
recruitment? I'm sure
I
you've seen some loopholes and all these things. How can you? What is it that you wanted to improve?
Probably to maybe just not to focus on recruitment itself, but as well as that, provide the necessary training for them as well to be
Yes.
able to be fully compliant with the governing body. In fact, having mentioned that, we also do the OSCE training, yeah,
Wow.
for nurses. I used to do that myself during the early years
Mm.
because I am an OSCE trainer as well. But then I, with all the jobs I have in the office, if I'm going to be a trainer as well, I mean for me to do the training as well, then that means I wouldn't sleep anymore. So so yeah, maybe expound more or extend our services for training, and not just for the UK, but for other countries as well. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Something to look forward to. Of course,
Yes.
if you can provide that service, why not extend it, expand it? That's what it is all about.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, I mean, you didn't become a nurse just to stay as a nurse. You, of course, you would like to be a manager. You would like to be advanced practitioner. So it's the same with what you're doing right now. You didn't just go to international recruitment just to stay there. You want to extend it. If
Yes.
you can provide trainings, workshops while they're in the Philippines. So when they come here, they're all ready. Then why not, right?
Yes. That's
So
yeah.
it's opportunity. Looking at the opportunities, and I can feel and I can see that you really love what you're doing right
Oh
now.
yes,
Yes,
definitely.
definitely. Yeah,
I
yeah,
find
yeah.
I find fulfillment, in every the tagline for skilled healthcare, your success is our story. And we
Wow.
mean that it's not just a tagline that we just
Mm.
put there, because that came from the heart. Whatever is the success story of each nurse is our story as a company.
Wow.
So without the success story of the nurses, then our advocacy is not fulfilled. Yeah.
Exactly. So, Pearl, just tell me, what do you love most in what you're doing right now? Just one that you love most in what you're doing right now.
Um, Independence.
Wow.
Not just I'm not just talking about in the financial independence. That's part of it, but independence as a whole, um, whereby I can manage my time, very well. I can decide for myself. I can go to the Philippines even tomorrow if I want to.
Wow.
If I'm needed back home for any reason, and I say, oh, tonight I need to fly, I can do that because I am independent. So that's what I love most. And it really matters to me, Jeremy. I couldn't express enough in words how it matters to me that I am able to um, see my family at any time of the day, at any time when I want to go to the Philippines. I can do that, and that's what matters to me more than anything. You know.
Wow, amazing. And it comes with that independence is freedom because that's what you call being your own boss.
That's right. Yes.
Being
Yeah.
your own boss, you got the freedom. You don't have to ask your manager to for an annual leave.
Yes.
You don't have, yeah. So that's the I mean, you already paid the price before. So that's
Yes.
why you can pay any price today. That's what I
Yeah.
would like to say.
Well,
You've done all
actually,
the hard work. Now you're reaping all the benefits of the being a business owner, being an
yes.
entrepreneur.
Actually, as I said to you before, earlier on during the show, that was the biggest turning point when one Christmas
Mm.
I couldn't go home because it the schedules won't allow me to go home. That was the biggest turning point, and I said, no, it has got to stop here. I need to do something so that whenever I want to go home, I can go home.
Wow, that is amazing. Pearl, I've got a surprise for you.
What is it? Is it a lottery? Were you the one who won the
Hi, Pearl.
1.82
This is
million?
Lito. I would like to congratulate you for being
Ah,
a successful nurse entrepreneur, and God bless you for helping our Filipino nurses to reach their goal and to come to United Kingdom to fulfill their dreams. God bless you and more power to your business.
I got
Yeah.
goosebumps. Look, look, I've got. Thank you,
Wow.
I call him kapatid. Thank you, kapatid
Yes.
Lito. I miss you. I hope to see you one of these days. And, let's have coffee, dinner, whatever, in
Yes.
Romford
Yes.
one of these
Yes.
days.
Amazing. Amazing. So, Pearl, I always ask this question to my guests, to my
Mm-hmm.
special guests. Yeah. I call this the dinner question. So, if you're going to have a dinner with somebody, when I mean somebody, I mean anybody, whether dead, living, or famous, big people, Who is this person that you want like to have a dinner with? Why? And what question would you ask this person?
Oh, my parents.
Mm.
Because when they left, when they passed away, I was not in a position yet. I just feel like um I was not given the time to repay them back. So yeah, it's sorry. Oh my, yeah,
That's okay. Sorry.
I didn't expect that question. Yeah, it will be my parents, and
Mm.
sometimes when I'm overthinking, I would say, "Oh, I just wish I was in this stage when they were still alive."
Mhm.
So yeah, it will be them.
Wow. Amazing. Amazing.
And what will I ask them, or what will I say to them? I'll just say, I hope I made you really proud.
Yes. I think they are already very, very, very proud of you. Because I myself am very, very proud of you, Pearl, for what
Oh,
you've
thank
done
you.
as a nurse, and then you are a business owner.
Yes,
So
thank you,
thank you
Jeremy.
for sharing your time with us here today, Pearl. And because of that, I would like to give you another surprise.
Oh my
So
God.
that's a 3 flowers for you for
Wow,
being
thank
here.
you. Thank you
Yeah.
for my flowers. It's all flowers.
Yes, it's a virtual one though.
That's all right. You can give me the real one when I get to Romford.
Exactly. I will do. I will do. So Pearl, so please invite everyone. I would like to thank you for being here, for sharing your time with us, for sharing your journey, your experience, those tips, the golden nuggets, everything.
Yeah.
Please invite everyone to you got a website, right, for
Yes.
skills
Yeah.
skilled healthcare international, for all those who are in the Philippines who would like to come in here. uh, Please invite them.
Yes, I'd like to thank you first and foremost, Jeremy, for inviting me to your show. And secondly, for all the nurses out there, as I said, just keep dreaming. You'll get there every day. One day, do your everything in your power to make it to your dream. Yeah, and the opportunities are endless. Not just with skilled healthcare, but it's a world of opportunities out there. It's just a matter of time before you can grab them. So yeah, stand by. I will make announcements in the future as to when the next interviews are going to be, and I promise you I'll do everything in our power, or skilled healthcare will do everything in their power to help you reach your goals. So keep posted.
Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, again, let's all thank Per Cacanindin, nurse entrepreneur, director of Skilled Healthcare International Limited. Yeah, round of applause for Pearl. Yan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Pearl. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank you,
coming here.
Jeremy. Thank you, and see you.
Stay safe, and
Thank
have a
you.
great week ahead. Thank you very
Okay.
much, Pearl.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
There you go. That was Pearl Kakanindi, nurse entrepreneur and director of Skilled Healthcare International Limited. And what is your takeaway? Of course, you've been here. First of all, I would like to thank Gina VIFM Lawag, watching from the Philippines. Thank you very much, Gina. And we have Ate Cora Corsola as well. Thank you for watching. We have SN Parbati Shrestha. Thank you for coming over. Claire, not Peñaranda. Yan. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here. Yan. Of course, I would like to ask you guys, what is your takeaway? I don't want you guys wasting your time watching here and not learning anything. So it is my purpose or my intention to give something away from you, spread that message through our guests, learn something from them, and I'm learning from them as well. So for me personally, my takeaway is that what she said about independence and freedom. So there's a saying that goes like, pay the price now. If you have to pay the price in full and in advance. When I say that, I simply mean that if you have a dream, you have a goal, uh, go for it, but you have to be in it 100%. You know, pay the price now so you can pay any price later on. Do all the hard work. That's what the Bible says. You reap what you sow. So that's my takeaway. So with that comes with independence. That's what Pearl said. Right now, after 6 years of doing the business, 6 years, yeah, she's got the freedom and the independence to do whatever she would like to do without asking permission from her manager or her boss, because she is her own boss. So that will be my takeaway. So yes, and as for me, I always say this, always remember, the quality of your life will depend on the quality of the thoughts that you are thinking. Always plant those seeds of positivity in your mind every single day. Let it germinate so that one day you will meet the better version of yourself. So let's just see who else has come in. I just would like to make sure that I have greeted everybody who has come in. So thank you very much, everyone, and see you again on Sunday, 7 p.m. That's UK time. Unfortunately, in the Philippines, it's 3 a.m., so you can just watch it on a replay. But thank you very much, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here. See you again. Write it all. Even more in love with me, you'll fall. We'd had it all. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 1,000 miles seem pretty far, but they got planes and trains and cars. I'll walk to you if I had no other way. Our friends would all make fun of us, we'll just laugh along, because we know that none of them have felt this way. Delilah, I can promise you, but by the time that we get through, the world would never ever be the same, and you're to blame. Hey there, Delilah, don't good, and don't you miss me. 2 more years and you'll be done with school, and I'll be making history like I do. You know it's all because of you. We can do whatever we want to. Hey there, Delilah, here's to you. This one's for you. Oh, it's what you do to me. 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 What you do to me.
Can I plant some seeds of positivity and good vibes in your mind for a few minutes?
Thank you. Warm greetings, everyone. If you're looking for empowerment, entertainment, and fun, I've got good news. JhermiNATION is here for you, so please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, JhermiNATION. Together, we can make a difference and impact. See you every Wednesdays, 12 noon, and Sundays, 7 in the evening, UK time. This is Jeremy of JhermiNATION.